Diabetes, heart disease, asthma. According to the CDC, approximately 6 in 10 Americans are living with a chronic illness.
With over 2 decades of research and hands-on patient care, our next guest has helped countless people make small but powerful lifestyle changes to improve their quality of life and long-term health. And she's sharing her expertise in her new book, Detoxify, the everyday toxins harming your immune system and how to defend against them. So please welcome rheumatologist and physician, Dr. Aly Cohen.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Great to have you here.
Thank you for being here. I want to ask you off the top here, what do we think or know is causing an increase in chronic disease and also autoimmune disease as well?
Well, it's interesting, there's lots of things. There's many, sedentary lifestyle, not eating some of the clean foods in terms of, protein, fats, that kind of thing. But it's also something that's unrecognized is environmental chemicals and chemicals that are in our food system, our water system, even the stuff that we put on our skin, cosmetics, personal care products. There's a big contribution from those areas that we really don't talk about as much.
Wow. It's kind of scary to think all these everyday things. But you say that there's a way that we can naturally detoxify our systems. How do we do that?
Yes, there's tons of things that we can do, even in the modern day world that we've created with products and things that we love to use. One of the top things we can think about is sleep and getting better sleep. There's also sweating, which is really remarkable in helping to remove many of the common chemicals that we encounter every day. So sweating as well is another one. So sleep, sweat, reducing stress. Those are 3 S's that we can really focus on.
I want to park on sweat for a second. That's more than cool us off, I'm gathering here, right?
Yeah, no, sweat is remarkable. So anthropologically, from evolution, we have been sweating for many, many millennia, and it has multiple purposes, not just to cool down the body, but also to remove many of the chemicals that we encounter during the day and during the week and throughout our lives. So sweating's remarkable, and it's been found to remove things like BPA, phthalates, and a bunch of other things like heavy metals as well.
Wow. And then sleep, you mentioned. It's not just about the quantity, it's about the quality, right?
Yeah, so ask my teenagers who don't want to sleep at all, and most New Yorkers, including when I lived here. But I will tell you that sleep is so restorative for memory and cognition. It makes us feel better. But guess what? Sleep is remarkably valuable for removing chemicals while we are sleeping. Fabulous science on this, and I talk about this, in detail in the book. But while we sleep, we're actually clearing some of the everyday chemicals that we may have intentionally or unintentionally been exposed to. So sleep is a wonderful, powerful tool if we embrace it and really encourage it.
And think about those folks that sleep well and then sleep with night sweats. I mean, they're doing both at the same time, right?
That's right. You get 2 for the price of 1 when you get that. Right. Who knew?
I want to talk to you also about stress, because the second we wake up today, there's stress out the bed. So why is it so important to mitigate that stress, and how do you manage it?
So again, tapping into anthropology, evolution, and a lot of the science we already know. When we reduce stress, we're affecting not only our circulatory system, our parasympathetic and sympathetic systems, but it actually directly relates, believe it or not, right into our gut. Our GI tract, 26 feet of bowel, is really intricately related to our stress, the gut-brain connection. So stress can change even the microflora, the microbes that are in our gut, and can really affect the strength of our immune system through our gut. So there's a lot in the book about that, what we can all do to improve our gut health, but also manage stress in order to do that as well.
People always think, or often think, that the way to be healthy and the things that will get you healthy are going to cost you a ton of money. Yeah. But you say that there are actual affordable ways that we can kind of detoxify our system.
For sure. And a lot of my work, even in my medical practice and doing, seeing patients as a rheumatologist for 22 years, I'm very conscious of cost. I'm very conscious of what people are putting out to stay healthy. And everything I put in the book and everything I talk about with schools and high schools, because I do a lot of teaching, is to really think about how to do these things without a lot of cost. Many of them, recommendations, are really so cheap that you save money, like not buying junk and products and knowing the difference. And so there's lots of things we can do that we just have to get out there, put sneakers on, get moving, drink clean water, think about inexpensive water filters, which I focus a lot on drinking water quality in the book. So all of these things are really accessible to everyone.
You mentioned drinking water. We discussed sleep, obviously, but I also think that food might be a part of this too. You mentioned no junk food, but why is it important to mitigate, illness like this, to really make sure you're eating whole foods and real foods.
Yeah, for sure. And so we've heard a lot about processed foods, ultra-processed foods, not only affecting our hormones as hormone or endocrine disrupting chemicals. These chemicals can also, in our food system, affect our immune system and our metabolism and make us even gain weight or keep us from losing weight, believe it or not. So sticking to whole foods, which are unprocessed, is certainly one big step. And then even taking it a little further and thinking about the kinds of chemicals that are on produce. Pesticide residues, manufacturing chemicals, plastics like microplastics, all discussed in the book. But again, it's a journey for everybody. And I don't want to overwhelm people, so that's how it's written, as a journey to empower us to make those simple steps along the way.
And so where can people pick up your book?
So it's available in bookstores, and it's also available online, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and small booksellers as well. I encourage people to follow The Smart Human, which is my online platform where I post a lot of this information as well. The Smart Human.
All right. Dr. Aly Cohen, great having you here. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Great advice.
And her book, Detoxify, the everyday toxins harming your immune system and how to defend against them, is available, as she mentioned, everywhere that books are sold.